Hello and welcome to another episode of Fresh Film Friday's Book of Boba Fett edition, the podcast where two dudes are going to watch Book of Boba Fett and immediately review it. Today we are talking about episode 2. I'm your co-host Alec.
I'm Justin.
Yeah, dude. Hour-long episode, making up for that short pilot, so...
I feel like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau listened to our podcast and they were like, you want an extra 15 minutes? Okay.
You want more action? You want another 15 minutes? You fucking got it. Yeah, dude. This was a great episode. I loved it. What'd you think?
Yeah, for everyone that complained episode 1 didn't have enough action, this was literally all action.
It was all action, and it like, dude, it like gives like the dances with wolves. How does he become, what happened immediately after to then the future. So I like how it's jumping back and forth in timelines and so much action and so much plot.
Yeah. I like how they're giving, like, Star Wars is finally explaining more about the Tusken Raiders. Like,
yeah,
they're not just like uncivilized nomad barbarians. Like, they're a clan of people. They just like their own thing. They don't like intruders, and he's earning their respect. He's showing them how to like live on their own. It's pretty cool. Dude,
I love the direction they're going. I love how like he was their prisoner. Now he's learning from them. He's teaching them things. He's helping them. It is kind of like Dance with Wolves a little bit, but it's sick, man. And then the beginning, we find out the Rancor, they don't have a Rancor. I love that. That was cool. We find out there's another like guild. What are they? The Night Wings or something that are coming after him? The Night Watch or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Jon Snow's Night Watch people. I don't know.
So they're coming after him. Dude, one thing just want to say really quick. Was that Lobaka?
Who? What?
That Wookiee bounty hunter?
I don't remember his name, but I watched a YouTube review after the episode. Apparently he is in a comic. Him and Boba know each other.
Yeah.
That might be... I don't know.
Wait, first of all, how the fuck are there already reviews out? This came out like 10 hours ago. Well, I guess that's... Yeah.
Well, we're doing one right now.
Yeah.
So this guy just did it quicker. Yes, they know of each other. He looks like a much more badass Chewbacca. And they're going to have probably the second to last episode or last episode a badass bounty hunter fight.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I'm pretty sure that guy's name is Lobaka. And yeah, he's a Wookiee bounty hunter. So that's awesome. We also find out that Jabba the Hutt has cousins who are they conjoined? Were they like together?
They were either conjoined or very close. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
They were very close. And part of this review also was that I watched was saying the reason, because this takes place 5 years after Jabba the Hutt was killed, mm-hmm. Right? Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I know it takes place after that, but I don't know how long.
Yeah, people were saying like, why didn't any of the Hutts try and take over immediately after Jabba was killed? Apparently it's because in one of the comics, Vader like killed all the Hutts and there were none of them left except for like his distant ancestors, like these cousins. And there was this period of time where like all the bounty hunters fought for rulership of Tatooine.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, it makes more sense now that like Hutta is like a planet or a system where these people can, they're the leaders or whatever. And maybe Jabba was like, I want to go take over this random planet and turn it into like my little like casino world or like whatever's crime syndicate world. So he's kind of like the rogue cousin. And now we're learning more about their like dynasty of Hutt people. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. What do you think about, I forgot her name, but like she's a Twi'lek, the one with the two, like the tails on her head, gang owner?
Yeah, she's like the mayor's, I don't know, like the matriarch of the mayor's thing. Well, yeah, what about her? I mean, she's fine.
Do you think she's bad?
I don't think she is. I think she's going to end up being good. I feel like she kind of likes Boba Fett. I don't know. You think she's bad?
Yeah, well, she's like the head of that bar. Yeah. I think there's some rumors I've been reading that she's bad because, yes, she gave him the tribute in episode 1, but it also was in his helmet, which forced him to take the helmet off, obviously, which is then when he was attacked. So it was either a really good coincidence or like she knew of the attack. And then there are some rumors that I've been reading that are saying all these other people who supposedly are under Boba are actually under the Hutts, and they're just like trying to appease both of them until the Hutts kind of like push Boba out. So I'm curious to see where that's going to go.
Well, I think we're kind of led to believe that she's not like trustworthy right from the start because she is working with the mayor and the mayor doesn't like Boba Fett, so I think that's kind of like, I don't trust her, but I hope that she kind of like turns on the mayor and helps Boba Fett. I would hope, but you're right though. That is a good point about the coins and the helmet that leaves him defenseless there. But the mayor, dude, that was so sick. We get to meet him and what are they, Ethidorians or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're called, but that was cool. He looked great. And
Oh,
I also like how, he was saying like it's not me. And then they also kind of like they were doing a lot of passive aggressive insulting of Boba when he was like running a crime family is not the same as being a bounty hunter. And he's basically saying like you're out of your element here.
mm. No, it's true. I mean, and that's the thing. I think we're going to learn from, these past scenes of the Tusken Raiders, like why he wants to do this. Because why would he want to do this? This seems like such a risky thing to just take over this crime syndicate that other people are already, fighting for.
Well, I mean, he's pretty old now, so I don't think he can do much like mercenary bounty hunting anymore.
Sure.
And he's already on Tatooine. I'm hoping this probably won't happen because the Tusken Raiders are like nomads, but I'm thinking he would employ them to work for him.
100%.
It's a win-win. Like, hey, I have a bunch of gold. I can give you guys water. I'm just gonna hire you guys as like my personal army. But I don't know if they'll go in that direction.
Well, that's the thing. Like, right when I saw the trailer, I was like a little critical. I was like, "What is this? The Book of Kumbaya? Like bullshit?" Because it looked like he was like, well, "This is a new way to run the land." But it makes sense, dude. Because like Tatooine's been like such a shithole for so long. There's been so much fighting, and the Hutts have been this like evil overlords of this planet. So for him to come in and just be like, you know what? This planet is the Tusken Raiders. It is the Jawas. They deserve to be in control, and I'm going to make sure that they have what they need. And this isn't going to be a crime world anymore. Because why is he doing this unless he really cares about the Tusken Raiders?
Well, I think he cared about the Tusken Raiders because he realized they're not just savages, like
Right.
they're just protecting their land. And then he realized when he was helping them, that main leader just like nodded his head, but that meant like he respects what he's been doing for him. I think it would be cool and would benefit everyone if he like employed the Jawas and Tusken Raiders. He's like, hey, you can live in my castle thing. I'll give you guys gold. You just need to like run the streets, and if anyone's doing anything, stop them.
I mean, yeah, it would almost be like they're like the Dothraki, like they become like the army of Tatooine, but they like it's their planet, so they deserve it. The Hutts are from
Yeah.
wherever, but I don't know, man. I was thinking about this. I was like, why am I more immediately engaged with this than I was at The Mandalorian? And it's pretty obvious. It's like this is a character that we know. Like Boba Fett's somebody that, even though we don't know that much about him, we still know he's a clone. We still know his father is Jango Fett. We know he's not a Mandalorian. We know he's a bounty hunter. So we already know this character a little bit, and we know the planet. So it's just like everything about the show, you just become more invested quickly, as opposed to The Mandalorian. We're learning about that character and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Boba's from the original trilogy.
Yeah.
You're basically just watching an extension of the original trilogy, whereas even though Mando has a lot of similarities, we don't know anything about him. But it does give a deeper dive into like the planet and culture, like the religion of the Mandalorians, where they like don't take their helmet off and take all that shit seriously.
Yeah, and I mean, believe me, I love The Mandalorian, but that show does take a little bit more setup, where this one can kind of just jump right into the action, and we're like, we already know what's kind of going on, and this couldn't have existed without The Mandalorian already kind of bringing them in.
Yeah, I thought the scene where they were taking over like the speeding train was awesome. He taught the Tusken Raiders how to drive the little speeder bikes, which was extremely funny. Though I did cringe a little bit when he was like, "It's like a bantha," and he was like humping the speeder thing. I was like, that was weird." But dude, when he was on the top of the train with like the few Tuskens behind him,
Yeah,
that was sick. And then when
yeah.
the badass Tusken person who was teaching him how to fight like drove the speeder into the train and leapt forward, I was like, dude, that was so fucking cool.
Dude, the action was awesome in this episode. Yeah, that whole train scene, it's like what Solo kind of wanted it to be.
Yeah, and then those other people who were running the train, that's another crime syndicate called something with a P. I forgot. They're from the Clone Wars.
Mm.
And it's cool how he like set them up to where like now they have to pay a toll to the Tuskens. So he benefited them. They're not going to attack them anymore. They stopped the train. Kind of funny that they were carrying spice. I immediately was just like the spice, like from Dune. So that was cool. It was just a great all around episode. I was curious if there was actually a Rancor or another monster down there in
Yeah.
his castle, but
Yeah, I guess no, there isn't. But yeah, dude, that train scene, yeah, it's cool because it's also like, hey, and by the way, like if you kill one of us, we're gonna kill 10 for every one you kill. So just so you know, and they prove that they can do that very easily. But then that robot that was driving the train jumped off and he escaped. So I don't know, see what happens with that guy. Did you notice Rex from Star Tours in this episode?
No, dude, I missed him
Dude,
again. Where was he?
in the same thing, when they go to the mayor's thing, they show a clip of him again, and he's like, I don't know, he's like a bartender or something, but
Damn
it,
it, dude. I watched the first one again last week after the podcast, and I'll
yeah,
watch this one again, either tonight or tomorrow again. So I'll look for him.
yeah. Also, dude, love the scene where the the Geico lizard goes inside of his nose and like just
Oh,
makes him
yeah.
hallucinate.
That looked incredibly uncomfortable. When that was cool though how they did it. Like they threw the sand at him because it attracted the lizard, and then he just went right up there.
Oh my God. Yeah, so that's like their version of like, I don't know, spiritual journey, like taking ayahuasca or like whatever, but a lizard
Like
crawls in your
he's
brain.
like he's like, you're high on lizard, man. Dude, when Boba was like hovering back and forth, I was just quoting Super Troopers, where he's like, "You are freaking out, man."
Yeah.
Like,
The
dude,
Tusken Raider just says that to him.
that was sick, and that was like his spiritual journey, which they basically, I'm assuming they do that for like when all Tuskens become like warriors and get their like warrior stick. He
Yeah.
found a tree in a desert, which I'm assuming is probably next to impossible, and then he brings it back, and then they make it for him. So it's like they're basically saying like he's an honorary Tusken, part of their clan.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's such a cool idea. It's like you take this lizard, it leads you to the stick. Then you take the stick, and that's your spirit stick. And they make it in. I think they're called gaffy sticks. I think. And that's another thing that I just love, dude. Is like we didn't know that from watching the original trilogy, but from you and I playing so many Star Wars video games and like comic books and just all this stuff, you learn little things about like the Tusken Raider sticks are called gaffy sticks. And I don't know. I love Star Wars. I just love it.
Yeah, this episode was great. I'm liking the length. The 52 minutes is a great length for me. 38 is a little short. A lot of action. Very curious to find out how they're going to have like their little gang beef with the Hutts.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming like the mayor and the Twi'lek chick are going to have to like pick sides. Really, really curious. I would actually like to see, as much as I want to see Boba fight that bad Wookiee, I would like to see them be like, hey, we're friends. Like, why don't you work for me? But I have a feeling that's not going to go in that direction.
I mean, he's essentially to these Hutt twins what Boba Fett was to Jabba. So
maybe he can pay him more.
Maybe he can explain to him, be like, your life is meaningless. Don't be like this. And I was like you.
I might.
Dude, I love the scene of him on Camino when he sees the Slave One take off, and it like, and I love that when he's a little kid. I was like, thank you for acknowledging the prequels. Like, I feel like they don't want, Disney like wants to forget they exist, and I'm like, no.
Well, I looked up his IMDb again, and it's interesting because 75% of this actor, whose name I forgot, his career, he's Boba. He's Boba in the Battlefront games, any animated series voices that he does.
He just clones.
Yeah, but it's like this is what his IMDb resume basically is. And then he has like 25% random movies that are not related to this, but like this is his life. He's portrayed this character. I think that's pretty cool.
It's like Anthony Daniels with C-3PO. Like that's him. Like does the voice of every C-3PO, everything it's always Anthony Daniels.
So, yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, the other thing I want to know, like, do you think we'll ever see a Tusken Raider's face?
Huh. That is a good question. I don't think so. But I don't know. It kind of looks like they have like on like kind of gas mask breathing apparatuses on the side. Like I don't know if they can't breathe without them, or I'm assuming they look ugly as fuck, kind of like the Predator. Like it would look all kinds of weird, and they need those masks to survive. I'm also curious why, like Boba, for example, can speak to the Hutts, their Hutt language, and a lot of the alien languages are like universal. Like they all kind of can like speak it. But like nobody can speak Tusken. They're always doing like sign language and shit. And I'm like, nobody like knows how to speak this.
Well, I think from the games, English is considered Basic Republic. So it's like, that's like the speak or whatever, I think. And I mean, Tusken would be very specific to Tatooine. It would be like a tribe on Tatooine that speaks a language. So I feel like that wouldn't be that universal.
Unless, like, I don't remember from the other movies if C-3PO can talk to him, or you need some kind of, like, universal language droid or something.
I just love that a little 8-year-old Anakin is able to make something that can say, I can translate 6 million languages. I'm like, how the hell can a kid do that?
How the hell? Seriously, they live in mud huts, but he somehow like downloaded every language in the known universe.
Yeah, like he knows every single thing. Yeah, so if he doesn't know, he 100% can speak the Tusken Raiders language. It's like, well, actually, he can speak every language except for the one that's on my own planet. It's like, no, they could, C-3PO could definitely understand him.
That's pretty funny, dude.
Yeah, 100%. But I love, the other thing I'm thinking is like, now that we understand the Tuskens and we like, respect them and everything like that, like, I don't think that Anakin murder scene is gonna age too well.
But I mean, they were gonna kill Boba. The only reason they didn't is because like he became the Tusken kids like little pet, and they were like, yeah, have him go like find water, and then he saved them, and he kind of just like kept earning their respect. It's pretty obvious that Tuskens like don't like anyone other than Tuskens.
Yeah, but this is a cool way for them to, I don't know. We get to learn something. I like it. I like it. John Favreau, keep rating him. I love him. Love him. Well, you got any last minute thoughts?
Nah, other than this is awesome, and I can't wait till the 3rd episode.
Yeah, man. I know. So sick. So I think we're going to have a guest next week. I'm not sure who it'll be, but if we, I don't know, we'll maybe announce it on Twitter or something once we figure that out. But I'm excited to have someone else's opinion on the 3rd episode as well. And then also, if you haven't had a chance, check out our episode on The Green Knight, which came out on Friday.
Yeah, Green Knight comes out this Friday with True Believers podcast guests.
That's right. That's right. I know. I'm getting all mixed up now.
Stupid.
I know. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening in, and we will see you next week with episode 3.
See you.